Hello and welcome to Chicago Union Station. Today we'll be riding Amtrak's Cardinal to Charleston, West Virginia. I am connecting to the Cardinal from the Southwest Chief. Unfortunately, our train came in quite late and we just made the connection to train 50. Normally, passengers traveling in sleepers and business class get access to the lounge in Chicago. Unfortunately, due to the train's late arrival, I will not have time to visit the lounge today. However, here's a quick look from inside Chicago Union Station from a previous visit. The current station opened in the early 1900s. It is a marvel of architecture and detail. Because we had to immediately connect to the Cardinal, we were unable to board with the other sleeping car passengers from the lounge. However, here's a look at the coach boarding area. The Cardinal is one of two Amtrak trains that service New York from Chicago. The Cardinal is unique in the way that it only runs 3 days a week. It also traverses a much more scenic path through West Virginia and Virginia, crossing the Allegheny and Appalachian mountain ranges. The train also travels through America's newest national park, the New River Gorge National Park and Preserve. The New River is actually one of the oldest rivers in America, and the park is famous for hiking, whitewater rafting, and rock climbing. Although the train takes much longer to reach New York, those traveling for pleasure will find the Cardinal a much more scenic, charming, and spectacular way to reach New York. Amtrak's Cardinal operates with the new and refreshed Viewliner II Sleepers. These cars feature many more modern changes and new upholstery. We depart Chicago making our connection. Now let's take a look at the new Viewliner II Sleeper bedroom. The Viewliner is a series of single-level sleeping cars, dorm cars, and cafe cars. These cars are used primarily on Amtrak's long-distance routes that operate in the east and pass through New York Station. These cars are meant to replace Amtrak's aging Viewliner I fleet and are built by CAF. The introduction of these new cars has been quite slow, first starting with the Silver Star and now reaching other routes such as the Cardinal. Let's take a closer look inside of one of these bedrooms. As you enter, you will see that there is a large sofa, as well as a seating chair and an upper bunk. There is a large mirror in a door that connects to the adjoining bedroom to create a bedroom suite. Looking at the door, there is a closable door that only locks from the inside of the room. There is also a curtain added for privacy, as well as air conditioning control. Here there is a sink with water. Amtrak provides many towels and washcloths, as well as soap. Here there is a trash can. On the upper level of the Viewliner, because the train is only single level, there is plenty of space for extra luggage storage. As you can see, the room is pretty complete as it comes to features. There are many lights and small accessories located throughout the room. Let's take a closer look at those. On each side of the sofa, there are controls for lighting. There is a reading light and an area light. There are power plugs, but I still recommend bringing an extension cable. There is also a PA speaker control and a attendant call button. The upper bunk can be lowered by using this control. The bed can also be reclined or lowered by pressing these levers. The main difference between the Viewliner II bedroom and roomette is that the bedroom has a private shower, toilet, and sink. Previously, the Viewliner I roomettes also included a toilet, however those were removed with the refresh. Here's a look inside of the shower and toilet in the Viewliner bedroom. As you can see, there's a shower with temperature control as well as a toilet. When flushing, make sure you don't press the call attendant button by accident. If you are able to, I recommend using the shower down the hall. It is much larger and offers more space for changing. Let's take a quick look at the upper bunk of the bedroom. As you can see, the lower bunk mattress is stored here. Up here, there are also many controls for lights and temperature. There's also a harness to keep you from falling off the bed at night. Now let's take a look at the regular shower down by the roomettes. Here there's a much larger shower and a changing area. In my experience, the water pressure inside the shower is pretty good. It does take a while for the shower to heat up, but it doesn't stay warm for long. Here there are also towels for you to use. As you can see, the interior of the shower is much larger. On the door, there's a place to put your dirty towels. On the other side of the shower, there's a toilet that can be used by all passengers. The toilet is pretty standard as it comes to Amtrak toilets with a toilet, a sink, and toilet covers. There's also a baby changing table. Also, another reminder, don't be like me and press the call attendant button when you intend to flush the toilet. Now let's take a full look at the Viewliner II sleeping car. At the end of the hallway, there's a shower and a toilet. Here are the roomettes. As you can see, the roomettes are much smaller than the bedrooms, but still offer the same level of privacy. Here are where the regular bedrooms are located. At the end of the hallway, you will find a trash receptacle as well as the accessible bedroom. Normally, sleeping car passengers can choose to either eat in the diner or in their rooms. However, because the Cardinal is a smaller train, there was only one cafe car. Since one half was used by coach and the other half by crew, we were only given the option to eat in our room. Amtrak offers their flexible dining service for all routes east of the Mississippi River. As you can see, they're pretty much microwave TV dinners. They come with a salad, dessert, and a drink. Although the food doesn't taste terrible, it certainly is not of the same quality and taste of the food served on Amtrak's Western long-distance trains. For me, train travel is an incredibly nostalgic and relaxing way to travel compared to driving or flying. It offers a unique and unparalleled experience to see and travel around America. There are two small things I like to point out that I see as improvements over the Viewliner I sleepers. First, there is actually a place to place the items you are charging. Secondly, the cup holder actually has an indented spot where you can place the cup. In other cars, there is only a small divot, which means bottles can easily fall out when the train is rocking or shaking. As darkness falls, there comes a beautiful sense of calamity and beauty towards train travel. Turning off the lights, watching the world pass by, and hearing the whistle blow creates a world of nostalgia, peace, and relaxation. Here's a look at the nighttime setup of the Viewliner bedroom. As you can see, the upper bunk folds down from the top. There's a harness for protection. The bottom bunk folds into a bed that is a bit wider than the bed in the roomette. Therefore, this room can technically fit up to 3 people, one of them being a small child. Recently, Amtrak has also introduced new bedding materials that are way better than before because they are less staticky. In my experience, the sleeping experience on Amtrak can be pretty hit or miss. I would say stay up as late as possible until you feel tired and make sure you bring earplugs. Good morning from eastern Kentucky along the shores of the Ohio River. Our arrival time into Charleston, West Virginia will be 8:35 this morning. It always is magical to wake up in a completely new state or location that you've never visited before. With rain in the forecast, the weather becomes quite foggy. Little did we know that the rain would cause a significant delay for our arrival into Charleston. Breakfast was served at around 7 in the morning. The food certainly wasn't bad, but still tasted worse than dinner. After departing Ashland, Kentucky, we crossed the Big Sandy River into West Virginia as we speed towards our first stop of Huntington. Here in Huntington, there's a crew change stop where the engineers and conductors change. Crew change stops are usually extended stops where passengers are able to get off the train for a short while, stretch their legs, or take a smoke. Here in Huntington, we learned some bad news. The tracks ahead had debris and were washed out due to storms from the previous night. We will be stuck in Huntington for a while. Let's take a quick look at the consist for the Cardinal. The consist consists of a bag dorm and Viewliner sleeping car, a cafe car, 2 coaches, and an engine. Here's a quick look inside of a Viewliner II roomette. As you can see, there is still a floating sink, but no more toilet. 2 seats face each other during the day and fold into a bed at night. Although the room is small, it is still very compact and comfortable, and an excellent way to travel. After 3 hours, there was still no word on when the train would be leaving. At this point, we were getting pretty annoyed because we were only located 1 stop away from Charleston. This serves as a reminder that whenever traveling by train, make sure you plan in extra time and don't ever expect to be on time because anything can happen on the rails. On the upside, we were served a free lunch that normally we would not have received. Coach passengers were also given free snacks to compensate for the delay. After a 5.5-hour delay, we finally left Huntington. The next hour passed by quickly as we sped towards Charleston, West Virginia, in the rain. Overall, even with the delay, we still had an excellent trip aboard the Cardinal. The room and service well exceeded our expectations. As a reminder, it is always customary to tip your sleeping car attendant, cafe car attendant, and any other dining car staff. Do not tip the conductors. As we approach Charleston, we meet up with the Cardinal River and prepare to detrain. As our train departed towards the New River Gorge, we waved goodbye, but little did we know that we would have another encounter with the train a little while later. After renting a car and heading out the Hawk's Nest, we saw that our train was still stuck in the New River Gorge and it was backing up. Unfortunately, I don't know much about what happened to the train after this. However, I do know that it eventually arrived into New York over 10 hours late. It was so cool to see the same train that we just got off of traverse the New River Gorge. Because of the delayed experience, Amtrak ultimately refunded our ticket even though we paid with points. This was very kind of them and proactive of them, as we didn't even ask for any compensation. As I wrap up this video, I would like to thank you for choosing to watch my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the channel for future rail content. Once again, thank you for watching, have a good one, and I'll see you later.